Hello, everybody, and happy holidays. Welcome back to another episode. I am JayBee, and of course, with me is Mark Marsh.
Hey everybody.
So, today we're going to be going through some of our favorite festive slash holiday specials that were produced for Scooby-Doo. Now, we're going to be hopefully diving into a lot of different eras of the Scooby-Doo franchise for this list. Now, I know that me personally, I've approached this as far as not necessarily my favorite episodes, but as episodes that I do like. But I've tried to vary it a lot, so it's almost like a recommendation list versus what I think are superior. So, what are the characteristics or what are the kind of criteria that you've gone through, Mark? Is it ones that you've liked the most, or how has that worked out?
Because I got like the Christmas collection one with most of them on there anyway, so I
Mm,
had to rewatch that. But I decided to pick ones that I at least enjoy watching,
yeah.
that at least I can suit myself to watch outside of December period, rather than focusing solely on just what I would watch around Christmas time. Because there's not a lot of Scooby Doo winter themed episodes.
I mean, I think there's more
I
than I initially
think there's
thought,
I think there's like
but there's
12 or
there's
15.
not a great deal.
There's
There's
not a
more.
lot,
No.
and there's some that are like specials that are part of a bonus set on DVDs, like Halloween ones and that. Like they're not part of like episodes from a show. They're more like a special occasion that
Yeah.
gets put onto a DVD package. So it's kind of those weird ones where it's like I want to pick one that at least everyone can watch, but I know some of them on here are going to be part of either like a DVD. Like Chill Out Scooby Doo is a movie, but it's still winter themed, so you could include that as well.
Yeah.
Or
So,
Holiday Hunt. No, Haunted Holiday, should I say?
yeah.
It's a What's Your Scooby Doo special, but it's not part of the series 1, 2, 3. It's its own independent one, which is on a bonus feature on a movie.
Yeah, there's definitely different ways to look at that, to look at some of that. I mean, I think with the way I've gone, it's just singular episodes, so I've not really dived into the specials, although I would be up for a video about those at some other time. So, Mark, if you'd like to kick us off, what is like the third spot on your list?
So the first spot I went with Be Cold Scooby Doo, which is part of the Be
Oh,
Cool Scooby Doo one. And I chose that
lovely.
one because at least the humor in that one is very funny. So it's something you can definitely watch outside of the
Mm.
Christmas period, but also still get a nice winter feel. Because it's not really a dedicated Christmas movie, but it's more of a wintered dedicated movie. So it's that nice period where at least you can enjoy in all cold winters.
I think it's got one of the most underrated winter-themed villains as well.
Yes, which it's underrated, but I like the villain.
Like I did put Be Cold as not my third, but as like an honorable mention. Because yeah, I do love that episode a lot. Be Cool Scooby-Doo in general, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really do
Yeah.
like it. I like the humor, the writing, the design of like the monsters and stuff. So yeah, I love that a lot. I know that you're gonna disagree with my one because it's from a pup named Scooby-Doo, which I think aren't you quite you famously dislike a pup named Scooby Doo? Is that still the case?
It's not something I could get into. I
Yeah,
don't hate it as much as my overall worst Scooby Doo like series, but it's one that I can't really tolerate.
sounds a bit like me and Shaggy and Scooby Doo get a clue, that type of thing. It's
Yeah.
something I'm aware of, but not something I can really handle. But my one from Pup named Scooby Doo was Snow Place Like Home because I
Oh, you're
love
gonna go with that one, yeah.
the villain because it looks like an icicle version of the Phantom Virus
Yeah,
as
I was
well.
about to say that.
And the song like "Beware the Iceman," he's trying to freeze the crew. Like, oh, it's just that whole section there.
They could have
Like,
just remodeled him
do do
after
do do
this
do
guy
do do do. Run,
because his face shape is exactly the same, the eyes and the mouth.
like, oh, just that song's gonna be stuck in my head now. So that is my third spot. Snow Place Like Home. So, Mark, what is number two on your list?
Now,
What is the runner-up essentially?
number two, this is quite a very hard one to choose from, but I went with, got the name here, The Night of the Living Toys, which is part of the new Scooby Doo Mysteries.
Ooh. Can you remind me about that one a bit, please? Because I think I forgot Night of the Living Toys.
Yeah, so it's how so the new Scooby-Doo mysteries was part
Yeah.
of a chain series that featured Shaggy, Daphne, and Scrappy.
Was that the
Those
one with the
three.
intro is like that house that screams at them, like that
Yes,
intro, yeah, yeah.
yeah. It's probably the best intro I've seen. But they go to a toy store, and basically there's a lot of thefts that happen in the store, and so they investigate it. But then all the toys start coming to alive. So it's a bit of a mixture of the Night of the Living Dead. It's a bit like that kind of characteristics where everything comes alive. And there's no stopping them.
It sounds like a scary version of like Night at the
But
Museum.
it's been a long time since I've seen it. I think it was all a dream in the end. I
Huh.
believe that's what happened. They were unconscious and they must have dreamt it. I
You
think
know
that's the
what?
ending of that episode. Is because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember they all waking up and they were questioning whether this was all real or not. It's a bit like that toy episode from What's This Scooby-Doo, the one where all the toys come
Oh,
alive,
yeah, yeah, the
and
little army man.
Velma thinks it's all real, but she's in a simulation. It's like that, but they were all dreaming and it was the same shared connect dream.
I do like that a lot because you've really intrigued me now because that plot line just sounds absolutely amazing. It's one that I haven't, at least not consciously watched for a while. So, 100% in an attempt to recommend stuff to the viewers, you've actually recommended one to me as well, which is really cool. So, yeah, thank you so much for that.
It's
I do want to check
underrated,
that
but I
out.
like it.
I just don't know if I'll get if I'll get the heebie-jeebies now working in a toy store myself. If I'm gonna be scared that one of like the dolls are just gonna jump off the shelves and start braying me. Like, who knows? Who knows? It could end up being more of a horror than a
Because when it was on TV,
festive.
they called it Scooby-Doo and Scrappy Doo. It like show, whereas there's because they're old title cards. It's basically I remember it saying Scooby-Doo and Scrappy Doo in the Night of the Living Toys,
Oh,
which is because I tried doing a video analysis where I explained all the series because a lot of them were syndications of another show. So back then, it's different than what it was labeled now. Everyone calls it the Scooby Mysteries, but it's not. If you're trying to find it, you have to find it on the Scooby and Scrappy Doo show. It, it's one of those weird ones to try and find, but it's a good episode.
I like that. I like that. So my second one isn't so much one that I think is absolutely perfect or flawless or anything. I do have some issues with it, but aesthetically, and if you want every type of flavor with your Scooby-Doo festive specials, my second one is The Wrath of Krampus from Mystery
Oh,
Incorporated. Now, I'm not too sure about the resolution of that episode, but aesthetically and how it's directed, I love the Krampus one.
uh, that's my number one choice.
Really?
Yeah,
Like, I just love how Krampus is presented, how freaky he is, and even his power. Like, his power, I think, is one of the coolest ones. And when he does that on Sheriff Bronson Stone, like,
it it's such a good episode. I love it because I was like, that's my number one spot. But then you turn it as like your number two. It's like,
oh no.
so it's like if I had to go with another choice, I would probably go with the Night Terrors from Mystery Incorporated as a second choice.
Oh yeah, because that was all, wasn't that the like a Shining homage?
Yeah,
Which I guess isn't inherently Christmassy, but it's
and
snowing a lot.
I believe that was the one where was that the episode where Daphne and
Shaggy,
Shaggy made out?
yeah, they start because of like the
Yeah, yeah, they
hallucinations,
were
they
who's
start
listening.
getting a
Shaggy
bit.
thought she was Velma, and then Daphne Shaggy was Fred.
I mean, I think there's worse mistakes that have been made. I think Shaggy's all right from that experience, but I like how it was based on, I guess not necessarily the book by Stephen King, but by Stanley Kubrick's movie. That classic Shining movie is just Like, that is so good, actually. That's in like, oh, I need to watch that. There's so many Mystery Incorporated episodes that I just want to rewatch, to be honest. But yeah, Wrath of Krampus #2 for me, and that was your #1.
That was my #1. Yep. But if I had to choose a
So
second choice, it would be Night Terrors. But
yeah,
yeah,
I guess. Do you have anything that you'd like to elaborate on why you love the Wrath of Krampus so much?
I just feel like it's something that's never been done before, using Krampus in a Scooby-Doo show where it's spooky. Get me on, Mission Cooper is more dark than anything else, but it fits the character so well because you can also use Krampus for Halloween. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. It could be a Halloween movie or it'd be a Christmas movie. So it's one of those really good ones, especially with Sheriff Bronson's own like interaction with him, make it even worthwhile.
I like
I
that.
love that because I wasn't expecting to bring Krampus in Mystery Incorporated, so that episode really did take me by surprise.
I love that. I
Because I
love
remember
that.
watching it when it was on TV, Mystery Incorporated. So I used to always like turn on the channel and hope there'd be a new episode on that I haven't seen.
They should definitely start rerunning a lot more of these winter specials around about this time. Maybe they do, but it's just not on a channel that I have. But my #1 spot, and this is probably just nostalgia, it's a Scooby-Doo Christmas from What's New Scooby-Doo. And that is the one that I always remember being on. I don't know if it was Cartoon Network or Boomerang, but it was definitely. I mean, what would that have been on at the time? Because I remember it being one of the two. I think even Boomerang,
I
but
think
it was on. And I remember the intro song so distinctly, the different title cards, the vision of the mystery machine in the snow. Just being a kid watching that with all like the decorations up, it's just such a core memory that it's a special place in my heart, and it is nostalgia, but it's what I
because
love.
I wasn't really fond of it because it's too Christmassy. It's just too more focused on that.
Oh, see, I love the Christmassy stuff though. Like for me, the more Christmassy, the better. Which I don't know if that's just because I love Christmas maybe too much.
Because wasn't that a special, not an episode?
No, that well, it's weird. In some places, it is listed as a special, but then you can get it as a normal DVD, like series two
Yeah.
episode that, and it's also like the same length as a episode, if I'm not mistaken. And then you get that song, that Santa Claus, Santa Claus. Oh, I just love it. I love it too much. I love it too much, I will admit. But that is my #1 spot. So there you have it. Probably the shortest one of these we've done, but I think it's nice to get one before our big Christmas special. It's nice to get somewhat of a shorter episode out. I mean, I say that. Watch this actually be longer than the one we've actually got planned for like the week of Christmas, but what can you do? Like these things happen all the time. But Mark, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on my social medias at Twitter at IGosWeegie or Instagram at Mark Marsh 94, or I'm streaming now on Twitter, oh no, Twitch, should I say,
Hey,
.tv at IGosWeegie.
yeah, so
you,
all that will be in the
you can also,
description.
I just found that you can stream on Twitter now, which
Oh,
is
can you?
yeah, I was on
Huh.
my OBS is like you can now stream to Twitter. I was like, why though?
I know you can
Like
podcast
I
on Twitter now.
I
I'm
like the
like, huh?
offer, but it's like who's gonna be streaming on Twitter?
Not me, that's
I
for
don't think
sure.
people have ever. There's someone out there who does, but it's like the people who stream on Facebook. It's
Mm,
pointless. Just,
yeah,
just, just do it to YouTube or Twitch.
I agree. But yeah, thanks so much to everyone for watching. If you do want to see more, then please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.